Hello and welcome to Kalyani Stadium. It's Indian Women's League action as defending champions East Bengal FC take on the defending IWL 2 champions Garhwal United in what should be quite a cracking clash. East Bengal, of course, coming into this IWL on the back of a fantastic SAF championship win, making all of India proud. And Garhwal United have got off to a really good start in the IWL themselves, having won the IWL 2 last season. As we take a look at the East Bengal warm-up, won their first game by a goal to nil most recently. And they're in high spirits, of course, coming off the back of that SAF championship win in Nepal. All eyes on them, of course, to try and defend their title, which they won so dominantly last season in the IWL. Panthoy, who's been really good between the sticks there, getting her warm-up in as well. As we take a look at the way East Bengal line up, there is Panthoy between the sticks, Ashrata Devi, Astam, Sarita, Fazila Ikwaput, who was sensational in the SAF championship with 9 goals, and also the player of the tournament. There's Shilki Devi, there's Soumya as well. As we take a look at the substitutes too, Jyoti Chauhan on the bench, as is Sangeeta Basfor and Priyanka Devi, Sweetie Devi as well. Lots of options to choose from. Coach Anthony Andrews. We've also got the starting lineup of Garhwal United: Ernestina, Deepika, Joyce, Sanfida, Riba, Linda Chanu, Fragrancy, Hingdikem, Alka, Rivansi, and Esther. Coming into this game on the back of 2 victories, Garhwal United taking the league by storm already, of course, earning promotion to the IWL in a solid season in the IWL 2 last year, and have already won their first 2 matches, initially beating Sesa 3-1 and then Kickstart FC in a close game, with Kipjan getting the winner. Coach Akshay Unni naming quite a strong bench as well. As we're all set for action here at Kalyani Stadium. There's the bench. East Bengal having quite a solid squad, let me tell you. And if you thought they couldn't get any stronger from last season, well, think again. Time for the players to take the pitch now. Led by the match officials for today, Ranjita Devi and her team. We'll get to them soon. But here are the sides. East Bengal and Garhwal United, both winning silverware quite often in the last couple of seasons. And of course, winning a national title is never easy. And Garhwal, of course, wanting to basically double it up. IWL 2 last year. Can they go and put in a good fight for the IWL this year? Well, they've started really well, and this is a big test for them up against the champions. Won the Kanyashri, then the IWL, and then the SAF championships. But trouble for East Bengal. A feat never seen before in women's football in India. And they're carrying the flag really high, of course. And giving the likes of Garhwal United an extra incentive, of course, to push hard and see how they can go up against the best of the best. Quick meeting there between the teams and the officials who will take charge of the proceedings today. There you go, Ranjita Devi, Abhirami P. Suman, and Vishnupriya Das is the 4th official. And the women's officiating also has been superb, which we like to see, an all women's officials team as well. And Indian women's sport has been growing in leaps and bounds. And of course, East Bengal at the helm of it all, going overseas, winning an international title, a continental title, always gives you a sense of pride. So there are the two skippers, Ghane and Abena Anoma Opoku, leading East Bengal today, and Sanfida Nongram skippering Garhwal United in their green strip today. Number 7, Soumya, scoring the goal to give East Bengal their first win in this season's IWL in the 77th minute, 3 days ago versus Setu FC. Tough game, that one. No easy games actually in the IWL. If you go to see it, all the teams vying for, firstly, now to just get their first few sets of games in, come in with the 3 points as much as they can. And already, as things stand, it is Garhwal United who are topping the charts. Only team to win 2 and 2 so far, at least before today's match day. Oh, take a look at that warm up. That's great to see. Just feeding off the adrenaline of that initial cheer. We do have quite a few seconds remaining before we kick off. Lots of excitement, of course. So Garhwal United coming into this one, 6 points, top of the table. Had a couple of matches today as well. With Nita FA rather, beating Kickstart 5-0, so they've also won 2 games. Then Sri Bhumi also picking up a close victory versus Sessa. So it's all happening. Action thick and fast. 4 matches every match day. So these initial stages will really be important. There's Panthoy Chanu, who's been superb between the sticks for East Bengal. So we're all set for a big clash at Kalyani Stadium. East Bengal FC, IWL champions, taking on the IWL 2 champions in the form of Garhwal United. What a big clash this is, and we're all here for it. East Bengal, of course, as I said, winning the SAF championship a few weeks ago. And coming into this one on the back of a 1-0 win. But this will be a big test because they know they're up against a side who have already got their juices flowing. And a strong lineup in the form of Garhwal United. Kim Kipjen getting the winner in that matchup for them versus Kickstart. And it is those 1-0 victories which will always be the ones you cherish when you look back on the season. Here's a chance maybe for Zilla. Can't get that under control. Here's Soumya, who's in good form herself, puts the ball in. Easy collection there for Ribansi Jamu, the keeper. Here at Kalyani Stadium, where lots of IWL and I-League matches have taken place, CFL as well, Kanyasri Cup matches as well over the last few years. Great facility. I've played here myself a couple of times. We've also got another ground just behind this camera. So 2 really good football pitches to use. Kalyani around an hour and a half away from main Kolkata, but a hotbed of football here in Bengal. Avoiding that corner there, but Fazila will use a bit of strength and gets checked there by the ref. But was that a clear shoulder tackle? I think it was. That's what Fazila is claiming. Did she lead with her elbow though? Gets a talking to from the ref Ranjita. Why I mentioned that Kalyani is a little away from Kolkata, that doesn't stop the fans from flocking in, especially if one of the local sides are playing. And East Bengal have been followed ardently by their fans. Of course, the men's team for years, and now the women's team as well. The pride and joy of this historic club. That's a nice turn, looking to get into space. Good recovery though. Will eventually go out of play. But Sarita, has had a really good stint here at East Bengal, just stepping in and making sure that she got up to Kim Kipjen, who's come on the back of that goal. That's a nice turn as well. Shot is taken. Easy pickings this time from Panthoy Chanu. And having done the IWL and IWL2 for a few seasons now, it's the pace at which the players are playing this game over 90 minutes, which has been really impressive. Over the years, the fitness, stamina, physicality, for that matter, has also improved as the seasons have gone along. That's a bit of a foul. Sathi Devnath. Yes, with a bit of a clip. Did get the ball, but I think went through the player before that. Concerned faces, but I think it's more of impact rather than anything else, hopefully. Hopefully no damage to the ankle. A bit of ice and magic spray should help. So this is how it happened. Yeah, hopefully nothing too bad to the ankle there for Kim Kipjen, who's already in the heart of the action. Coach Akshayuni watching on. That's not looking too good though for Kim, but I think she will just shake it off. So they go the direct route, try to put something into the area, doesn't really work, headed away. Again, a bit of physicality. This time the referee says play on. Brilliantly won back there. And here is a chance for East Bengal on the counter. Good challenge coming in from behind as well from the Garhwal United defense. As I said, the pace and the physicality has really improved over the last couple of seasons. East Bengal, of course, in the heart of it all, having a fantastic IWL campaign last season. Here's Soumya. Speaking of fantastic campaigns, plays it towards Fazila, takes the touch. And knowing herself, she will be quite annoyed that she hasn't hit the target. Great ball in from Soumya. These two connect so well on the field. Take down and touch was beautiful from Fazila, but she just smashed that over the top. Just needed to meet it and keep it on target, I think, and it would have been 1-0 for East Bengal. Brilliant ball towards the left flank. Kim could keep it in. also scoring in that 3-1 victory. Kim Hip Jen versus Sessa, along with Deepika and Nongram. As Fazila again takes it down well. Nice burst of speed there. Brilliantly done. Defender comes in and that should be a corner. Good football all round. Bit of defensive duties there from Ernestina. Another Ghanaian on the pitch. Three Ghanaians on the pitch, two from Uganda. Taken shot here. As East Bengal try to work it around, Sarita finds herself in a central position, plays it towards Fazila, who can't keep it in. Looking fluid so far. East Bengal, Garhwal United also starting off pretty well. Sarita there once again. First few minutes just giving everybody a chance to get into the game. But knowing Fazila, she will be wanting the ball in all junctures as much as she can get it. And of course, the way she plays, you'd love to give her the ball as much as you can. Nice header there from Sarita. Still not out of danger though. Asking for the press, but not able to get it this time. Nice turn. But they're keeping their distance here, are the defenders from the East Bengal players, because they do have a good burst of pace. And this time, just getting closer to the attacker there, Fragrancy. Quick throw taken. And there is that burst of speed again. Cross comes in. Fazila picks up the ball. Chance to shoot. Not taken early enough there. Bit of a loose touch from Sathi Devnath. East Bengal are at it though. Looking for the ball towards Fazila. Good header out there by Linda Chanu. And a bit of a stoppage here. Pretty assertive there. And Resty also getting involved there. The Ugandan in the midfield keeps the engine running for East Bengal. Really important part of everything that they have done. Here come Garhwal United once again. So 10 minutes in, it's still 0-0, but Fazila surely having the best chance of the game. And as I said, knowing her won't be the last chance she gets. East Bengal looking pretty sharp here. Nicely dealt with. Comes back to Sathi. Takes it back, but then realizes that they can move forward. They play really fluid football to East Bengal. And that's a good challenge coming in. Chance to cross. Resty. Bit of a loose touch or a beautiful nutmeg pass. She could have got it back, but just trying to go alone there down the left hand side. Nicely done. East Bengal win it back again. Sathi. Fazila looks for the turn. Good defensive work. And good shift there from Nongram. Plays it through, but it was a little too hard on that occasion. Picked up by Opoku. End-to-end stuff, and they keep going. It's not like it's just a phase for the entire 90. All the teams in the IWL Just keep going up and down. And here they go again. East Bengal down the left-hand side. A bit of space opens up. Fazila's there. And that has not gone into the back of the net. I thought it did. But an important touch eventually from Linda. Was there a save as well from Ribansi? Let's take another look. No, she was beaten. It was Linda's touch taking it away from goal. But beautiful pace down the left-hand side from Sulanjana Rahul, who has been so good for East Bengal as well. Well, all of them have been. Cross comes in, quite a few shots there. It's not been headed away. Fazila takes a shot, but it was always going to go over. So far, so good though from the East Bengal side. And the ball played into the space, but straight to the hands of the keeper. Fazila with a couple of chances already, but it was her who scored a couple of goals in that final for the SAF Women's Club Championship. Sulanjana once again, challenge comes in. I think that, it's not been given a foul. It looks like she got the ball, according to the ref. Sulanjana Rahul, who scored 3 goals in that particular tournament. There's Resti, does well to get past everybody else. Well claimed there by Ribansi. Who's a very talented goalkeeper herself. Brute force there from Resti Nanziri. Slowly but surely getting into the game, and she as well scoring a couple of goals in the SAF Women's Club Championships, which in fact East Bengal just won around 7 days ago, so very quick turnover for them. A chance to soak it in as they've come straight into their title defense. And Sarita Opoku. Good ball through, and Ribansi has to come out and claim it, because otherwise it was Fazila who's going to win that race. Got to be very alert when she's playing on the edge of that offside trap. Tough to trap her, of course. She backs herself to start late but finish up in front of the defenders. Lots of defending to be done here for Garhwal United. Here's Sanfida, player of the match. Already in one of the games. Captain leading from the front, and here she is again. She gets out of these crowds pretty easily. And carries the ball through so well. Has a good turn of pace and also change in direction, which is so important. Which you do usually see in a winger or a striker, but in the midfield, if you can get past those crowds, you can break the lines, then surely there is a chance of progressing as much as she does. Also scoring in that 3-1 victory versus Sessa, where she did pick up the Player of the Match award. And probably scoring also one of the goals of the campaign already, letting fly from around 21 yards out into the top left corner. If you haven't caught that goal, then you must. Sarita does well there. And now it's time for Garhwal United to give a bit of possession of their own, because they haven't really had too much of. Sanfida wanted the ball back there, didn't get it. Here's Resti into Sathi. Those two so solid in that midfield together. Nice ball over the top. Here's a chance again for East Bengal. Ball is played through, but Fazila's run hadn't started just then. Somya also couldn't get there in time. Good overlapping run there. Vastam. Joyce Larbi, the Ghanaian. We haven't seen her involved as much yet as Garhwal United would have liked, but of course it's still early days in this matchup. Match number 10 of the Indian Women's League. And as we speak right now, there is another game going on between Sethu FC and Gokulam Kerala, who did come runners-up last season, have been formidable, of course, in their IWL days. Now East Bengal have the perch in their name. A bit of a chance there, but nicely dealt with again by the defense, who's been pretty solid, to be honest. But for how long against a side like East Bengal? Have time and again shown that no matter how much you keep them at bay, eventually they will find the back of the net. They have been in rampant form over the last few years, winning the Kanyashri Cup, which is the local league here in Calcutta in Bengal rather. Then winning the IFA, before that winning the IFA Shield in 2023. IWL last season, SAF Women's Club Championship as well. Here's Resti, looks for the pass towards Fazila, has a chance to shoot. That's a good block by Linda. Linda goes in for the challenge. 3 players actually going for the challenge, but no foul. They do manage to get the ball. That's how many players it takes to stop Fazila. Anthony Andrews, of course, at the helm has been doing a great job for the likes of East Bengal. And that'll be a foul. After quite a while, we've seen a foul. Otherwise, it's been a pretty open game. Not too many stoppages. Fazila just trying to nick that ball off, but committing an offense in the bargain. "20 minutes in. That'll be a foul. Good call from the ref, seeing if there's any kind of advantage to be played on. Not to be. There is Anthony Andrews watching on. And we'll be thinking how they can break down this Garhwal United defense, who have been pretty good so far. As I said, not easy to keep East Bengal at bay. And the likes of Fazila Ekwaput, who notched up 24 goals in the IWL last season. Fantastic performance from her, and of course East Bengal in general. Just the 1 loss and 1 draw, 12 wins out of 14 last season. Formidable stuff from them. Another ball into the area. That's a fantastic delivery, and that'll be the first goal for East Bengal. What a delivery there from Somya. And Sulanjana Rao scores the opener. It's taken 22 minutes, but it's the number 22 for East Bengal that have launched them into the lead. What a delightful delivery. That is superb. And not much the keeper could do about it as well. But sometimes it's that direct ball that works. And that's exactly what's taken place there to get the first goal of the game. Look at that. Soumya just seeing things that other players don't see, puts it into the space, and Suranjana Rahul with a good finish in between the keeper's legs. The defense just couldn't deal with that cross from Soumya. And there they are combining once again. It's always special when you see wingers from play one ball from one side of the pitch to the other. And we always speak about it in practice where if your winger is crossing the ball from one side, then you as the other winger have to go in towards the second post and pick it up and go beyond that striker who's in the center, especially in the system that they play. And just showing their class again there, East Bengal. Just when you felt that Garhwal United were getting a little comfortable, managing to keep them away from goal, they turn up with a brilliant cross and a tidy finish. And it's the front three in this 4-3-3 system which I was speaking about. If Fazila doesn't hit the target, then one of the other two do. Speaking of which, here's a chance. In fact, that was Resti. Couldn't get it past the defender. Trying to get it away here. That is a very risky dribble there by Riba. If she loses the ball, then that will be problematic, but didn't on that occasion. Got to be careful while you're dribbling in your own half. So as I was saying, East Bengal winning 12 out of 14 games in last season's IWL. And then of course getting a chance to play in the AFC Women's Champions League. Yeah, they just about fell short. Get back to that. Here's Soumya. Tries for the cut back towards Resti. Fazila has stayed a little deeper there. That'll be another foul, and that'll be a chance for a free kick in a decent position. Getting past a couple of players there. Shilki Devi is of course very silky when she's on the ball, so aptly named. Looks like it was Ashalata Devi who was lining it up, but I think it's Fazila who stalked her away from it. Fazila plays it towards the left-hand side, slightly behind, and it looks like it's offside, so that is an absolute waste of that free kick. Could have just taken a strike. She can hit it from anywhere. So as I was saying, East Bengal winning the IWL, then going into the preliminary stages of that AFC Champions League, qualifying from there, top of their three-team group with 4 points and advancing to the main group stage. Then in the main group stage, just about falling short, coming third in their group with 3 points, and second placed Nasaf got 4 points, so just about missing out there. Just managed the one victory. But that, of course, giving them the confidence to go out in the SAF competition and actually go all the way. Nice ball. Devnath goes for the ball towards the edge of the area. Chance to shoot. And Fazila just dropping into that midfield role by the looks of it. So she and Resti have switched positions. I thought it was just for one move, but it looks like it's that for now. And this is what I say about Fazila. When she's not getting the ball, when it's not working, she goes and grasps for it. That's important. Somya with the high ball, that will be just bouncing out of play. And they are so versatile, these players, that they can play in multiple positions. You put Resti up top and she will get you a goal or two. Still no proper chance though for Garhwal United, who are finding it slightly tough here against the defending champions with all their quality. Really good work again by Sarita, who's an absolute fighter here in that right back position. And we called quite a few of these East Bengal games last season. And it was a celebration. The way they went through and won the league. That's a nice touch there from Somya. Fazila trying to head it into space, and Sulanjana is not going to give up. Sulanjana is going to get there, or she did get the touch but couldn't keep it in play. Slightly risky there from a defensive point of view. All the way backwards again for Garhwal United, not being able to attack as freely as they have in the first two games. Might have to change some things at the halftime break, but they won't want to go 2 goals down before that. Here's Somya, goes for another cross, doesn't get it this time. A bit of a pull back, that'll be a foul. Oh, that's a poor giveaway. Here's Fazila, plays it through for ST. Could take a shot first time here. The angle had opened up. She delayed it slightly. And then it will go out for a corner. But that was a gift. A couple of days after Christmas there for Fazila. And then Resti just taking a bit of time. For a second, I thought it would be a chance to hit it into that bottom left corner. But either ways, they do get a corner out of it. Taken backwards. Here's Ashalata, puts it into an area. Headed away by a green shirt. Now maybe a counter-attacking opportunity for Garhwal United if they can break. They can't, and that's the scoreline so far. 30 minutes played. 1-0 to East Bengal. Solid start from them. They've had majority of possession and chances, and will only keep going. Another good piece of skill there from Sanfida, but couldn't keep going. Needs a little bit of help there in that midfield. Especially in a 4-3-3 formation, you don't get too much of help. Oh, that is beautiful play. ST back to Fazila. Fazila has Somya there. I think she was trying to play the ball through with her right foot, but maybe the left foot was a better option. Again, good defensive work. But look at that speed. It was Linda who got there and made a good challenge. And it's top work from Linda Chano. Using all her experience and positional skills. Ball played in towards the first post, dealt with by the defense. It's not gone out yet. Chance to cross it again here for East Bengal. Decent delivery, but they couldn't get another touch on it, and I think the offside flag was up as well. Still not able to get through. And Panthoy Chanu hasn't had much to do apart from receive a couple of passes from her own players and then play it back out to them. And as I said, they've got a fantastic bench. Likes of Jyoti Chauhan is there, who of course has played for the likes of Dinamo Zagreb and has gone international when it comes to her club football. Just running down the clock a bit here. Just trying to get into the head there of Rebansi. Another pass played backwards towards Chanu, who's very good with her feet. As I said, finds a pass, and that is so important when you've got a goalkeeper who can play passes like that with her feet in a side which dominates possession. And of course, a fantastic shot stopper, then you've got the best of both worlds. That is what modern day goalkeeping demands, of course. And of course, I stress on the fact that it's a side who has the ball a lot. For a team who breaks on the counter, who doesn't have too much possession, then you could have a goalkeeper who just plays the long balls. And to pick a pass from there, that sort of an angle, just shows Chanu's quality with the ball at her feet. And of course, apart from Jyoti Chauhan, you've also got the likes of Sangeeta Basfor, who's made waves up the ranks in the last season or two. Sweetie Devi is there, Priyanka Devi too. Here's a chance. For the first time, Joyce carrying the ball quite a bit. No foul, says the ref. Play on, trying to keep the game flowing as much as they can. 10 minutes to play here in the first half. There's Resti. She takes a bit of a loose touch, and I think it did come off a defender. Not arguing too much with the ref, of course, but it will be a corner for East Bengal. Resti will cross it herself. Sathi Devnath was there, not the best of clearances. Now they need to, without taking too many risks. Could have been catastrophic there for the side in green, Garhwal United. Just there, she needed to clear it away. Sanfida Nongram probably wanted to drop the shoulder and turn, and then realize it's not worth it. Here's Sarita. Good delivery. There was an East Bengal player there latching onto it almost. Now it's still alive. As we take a look at the cross again. And headed away there. And it will be another corner. Good save while we were watching the other replay by Rebansi Jamu. Ashrata with another long ball. Poor touch, but then the takedown. Good save again. Ribansi is there at the right time. Strong left hand. It's not easy when the ball is so close to you to make those kind of saves. It fell quite nicely there to Sulanjana. Accidentally set up there by Fazila. Chance to attack once again. Nothing coming off it here. Strong stuff there from Sati Devnath, and Deepika Pal wanted it her way. But the final touch was of her apparently. Got to keep pushing here. Garhwal United hasn't been their afternoon so far, but I think if they can hold on, not concede another before half time and then come back, or try to come back fresh with maybe a few other ideas or tactics in mind, then it could be a game where they can give East Bengal a run for their money. But they're looking so solid, aren't they? Even if they're not scoring, every attack feels like it's dangerous if you are a defender. Not that one though, not the best of passes for Soumya, who has been so good but not as active as Sulanjana on the left hand side. So we might see a switch a little later. She might go to the left and Sulanjana might come out here. Cleared into the space, but easy pickings again there from Opoku. Hasn't been tested at all today. Neither have any of her defenders at the back with her. That's good reading of the game there by Alka Indwar. Realized that Soumya would want to let that ball run behind her. Decided to get there herself, and here's a chance. Oh, she's got to play the ball there. There's an opportunity to play towards Sanfrida, who was ready on her bike. Just delaying it slightly there, Joyce Larbi. Nicely done by Reba. But Sarita will not leave her, as I said. She will pester you until she gets the ball off you. Oh, and it falls to Fazila. Here's the chance. Initial save from the keeper. Here's Fazila again. Brilliant piece of clearance. Or rather, piece of defending. And somehow Fazila has not scored there. Garhwal United with a bit of a slip up in the defence. First a save from Ribansi. And then a really good track back from a couple of the players. I think Fragrancy was there. So was Linda Chanu, who eventually ran into that pole behind the goal post, which keeps the net up front. As you take a look at the goal, Soumya with a beautiful ball in. You can see this all day long. Into the path of Sulanjana Rahul. Tidy finish. Not much we can do from that range as a keeper. You might say, oh, it's gone through the legs, but you've got to keep yourself as big as possible, and that does sometimes mean that you will get a couple of shots through the legs. It happens. Resty, too strong. Plays it through for Fazila, who has another chance and puts it wide. And all she can do right now is smile, because it's one of those days. But let me tell you, I've seen her miss a few in the first half and then come back and score 3 in the second. So don't rule her out, that's for sure. She's a player of the highest quality, as we've seen. Almost falls to Fazila once again. Just 5 minutes now for Garhwal United to hold on to with a bit of the additional time. They have got to stay within one goal of East Bengal as they go into half time. Otherwise, it will be a problem for them. Just about getting it away there. Opoku. They don't want to be a little too casual at the back. East Bengal. Here's Devnath. Ashalata has been formidable, of course, in her time, in her career. Here's Soumya. Good pace. Beats the defender, plays it in. Not the best of deliveries, though. Clearance somehow gets away. Esther's there. And look, she looks for a long ball. That's a nice one. Well kept there by Deepika, but has to go all the way back. And this is how. Oh, she's given it to Soumya. And Soumya stops because she thinks that the flag was up. Maybe the flag was up, but the whistle was not going to go from the ref. It's the old adage. Play to the whistle. It was not going to be offside because the pass was played by a Garhwal United player. So just going according to the flag and not the whistle there. Soumya. Here's Sanfida. Can they conjure up a move here, Garhwal United? But this is the problem of playing in a 4-3-3. She's played the pass and then nobody has gone beyond her. So maybe they might have to switch things up, I think. Maybe play a 4-5-1 or a 4-2-2, 4-2-3-1, whatever it is. But the 4-3-3 isn't working from their point of view. But from East Bengal's point of view, yes, it is. Poor touch. And then Fazila, who is of course slightly frustrated with the way things have gone for her personally, makes a bit of a challenge there. But as I said, knowing her, she won't be too worried about the way things are going. One minute remaining in the first half plus added time. Nicely played through. This is the chance that Garhwal United were waiting for. Good turn by Deepika. And the back heel doesn't really work out there from Reba. I get the feeling that Deepika could have gone herself, opened out a bit of space towards the right hand side. Here's Sarita. Keeps going, plays it through. Fazila with a decent touch to get away from Linda for a second. That's good defensive work there from Linda, just forcing her towards the left, and then another challenge to make sure it goes out for a throw. Good work from her. Has been holding that defense together. That pass doesn't really work out. And of course, Revansi also doing a great job. Nina Chan, who plays a lot of experience, she has played for a while, but she is pretty young. Understands the game so well. Not the best of clearances again. East Bengal have it. Sarita with the shot, well blocked. Just a minute more to hold on here for Garhwal United, who are looking a bit tired as well. Here's a chance. Well claimed again by Revansi. Almost spilt it. This will be a free kick, maybe a chance to put something into a decent area. Headed away, not giving them a chance, not just yet. And that will be half time. So we don't even play that full 2 minutes. But what a dominant display so far from East Bengal. Just the one goal, but it's been all them in terms of possession and territory. Garhwal United need to change something if they're to give the defending champions a run for their money. At Kalyani Stadium so far, at halftime, it's East Bengal 1, Garhwal United nil. As we take a look at the highlights so far from the first half, exciting matchup. IWL champions taking on IWL 2 champions. Their first meeting in this competition, of course, at Kalyani Stadium, which has graced some great games over the years. Firstly, Somya setting up that ball for Fazila. It was over the top. Then Sulanjana started going. Good interception there from Linda Chanu. Then Fazila with another chance. It was over the top. Resti with a really good run down the left hand side. I beg your pardon. But Rivansi then coming to the forefront when it came to Garhwal United. But this was the ball from Somya straight into the path of Sulanjana Rahul, who finishes it off. And these two always, if it's not Fazila, it's them. And the front three for East Bengal is special. And that was a feeble shot there from Fazila, who's had quite a few chances. Again down the left hand side, good challenge there from Linda. Got there in time. Beautiful save again from Rivansi. This time it was set for Sulanjana, who played it towards the left of Rivansi. Another good save. Fazila had a couple of one-on-one chances with the keeper, couldn't get there. Rather, couldn't get it on target. And that's all for now. At the break, it is a 1-goal to 0. East Bengal leading Garhwal United. We'll slip into a short break and see you on the other side for the second half. So we're back for second half action here at Kalyani Stadium. A few halftime snacks for the supporters as we get ready for the second half. East Bengal leading by a goal to nil thanks to Sulanjana's strike after a fantastic pass from Soumya. All to play for though in this second half. 1-0 will not suffice. I don't think so against a good side like Garhwal United, but they haven't really tested East Bengal when it's come to any sort of attacking threat. Let's see if they can improve in the second half. Let's see if things will change in terms of tactics or positions or personnel, also for that matter. It can also make a big difference. One thing is for sure, they're up for the fight, as they should be, winning 2 games in 2 already. And getting off to a good start in the IWL, which is always important, as we've seen in previous seasons. There have been sides who have started off well and just kept on going. And there have also been sides who, having done well in the past, have not started well and then just fallen into a bit of a pickle. And just for example, Odisha FC, who were defending champions and then finished off in the relegation zone. So anything can happen. Here's a chance. Decent shot, but it was always going to go into the hands of Rivansi, who has been really good. Soumya, as I said, might switch, and I think she has, towards the left hand side, and see if she sticks there. And not the best of passes there from Sanfida, but at least they're trying those passes, maybe trying to play a bit more directly in this second half, which I think is really important. It's about the intent. No matter who you're playing, if you have that intent to go in and score a goal, you might not score, but at least you will get up to a certain point. But I don't think that they can do much if they don't really go for it. Here comes East Bengal. Decent ball into the space, but nobody runs after it. And as I said, the defense not really tested too much, just playing a few passes from the back. Well, actually, to win the ball back there. Resty, but couldn't go further with it. So yet to see Fazila in her fine form in this game. When she gets going, that it's very, very tough to stop her. A bit of cat and mouse there for Rivansi. This is not the first time she's done it. Goalkeeper coming from Meghalaya has done pretty well in her short career so far. Only 17 years of age. And look at the amount of experience she's already got. She's played for India under 20s as well, the national team too, and this will be a really important season for her, having played a really good IWL 2 season last year. And the sky's the limit for someone like her who has already got a very good understanding of the game, that has been kept in and it hasn't gone out of play. This is a bit of a tussle. Final touch comes off Sarita, but she didn't let it go out, to be honest. That is great work from her. As I said, she is such a fighter. Will not take no for an answer. corner given. So now, here is where Garhwal United need to come good. Last touch came off Fazila. She will drop back and try to defend. She's good in the air, of course. Kim Kipjen now will take this one. Finally, something for Garhwal United to latch on to. Looks like they've planned something there between Esther and Sanfida. Kim Kipjen. Good delivery. Quite a few bodies around. But now a chance for Resti to take it forward. And East Bengal are really good on the counter. In fact, it is Opoku who plays it to Resti. Now let's take another look at that delivery. Good punch away actually by Panthai Chanu. That's exactly what you want to see in your keeper. Assertive in the air. And she's got to be alert because she's not had too much to do. As a goalkeeper, you've got to be ready at all times. And here come Garhwal United. A lot better in this second half already in terms of progressing up the pitch. And also hassling the East Bengal players. Otherwise, the 50-50s were mostly going their way. That's a decent turn again. And another corner. In fact, it's been given as a free kick by the looks of it. So, we'll be slightly closer to the goal. Sati Debnath making that foul. So Kipjen will take another one. Panthai Chanu wants, I think, 2 or 3 people in that first post as the wall. But this is a decent chance to just whip it across the face of goal and see what happens. Of course, keeping it slightly on target as well. Here's Kim Kipjen. Dinks it. Easy for Chanu. Just stood it up for one of the headers. One of the players to come in for a header, but keeper always expected that and claimed it. She's really good in the air, as we've seen already. Yeah, there were a couple of players there, but of course, when you've got the advantage of using your hands, there's nothing like it. Nicely done there by Opoku. And a bit of pressure there on Astam. Loses possession, gives it out for a throw. Great pressure from Resti, plays it through. Here's the chance, Fazila. Thought she... No, she does accept that she was offside. But that was very close. Maybe Resti could have played it slightly earlier. They're just looking a bit more on the ball here. Garhwal United a bit more competitive. In for a fight. As compared to the first half where they were just there. And that's why I said it was important to get into halftime with the margin just 1 goal. Then you're always in with a chance when you come back. Good work this time from Astam. And then the pass isn't the best. Salanjara should have been hugging the touchline though. She expected her to be there, but of course she wasn't. The pass still needed to come towards her feet. Not the best of clearances. Here's a chance for Garhwal United. Final touch comes off Reba. Good work from Sarita. Opoku gets past one player. Now looks for the crossfield ball. Solanjana with a good touch. A bit of space here for Shilki. Resty. Right towards Soumya, who likes the chances in one-on-one situations like this. Burst of pace, puts it through. Important touch from a defender. Otherwise, Fazila was waiting. He's usually in the right positions. "10 minutes gone in the second half. But a lot more competitive from Garhwal United's point of view as compared to the first. Nicely done there by ST. Couldn't go further. Shilki tried to play a smoother pass through, but it was always the better option to play Astam. They do well to win it back there. And the issue for Garhwal United most of the time is that when they do get possession back there, there's nobody beyond to play the ball to. They're all pretty deep as a team. That's a poor pass. Astam giving the ball away for the third time in a row now. But it does fall to East Bengal on the right hand side. Soumya goes for the cross. Not the best of deliveries from her. But we've seen how good she can be when she delivers the ball. Got the ball over the top, easy. And therefore, Opoku. Just taking the sting out of the game here, East Bengal. Because Garhwal United have come quite hot off the press after that half-time break. It's a long season, of course. And they do play games in quick succession, so that's why that big squad is required. It's still very early days in this league. And that's an awkward one for ST. And she gets the touch, and now it opens up for East Bengal. Oh, it's going to be offside. The flag goes up before Soumya could get really involved in that attacking move. But this offside trap is working only just about. That'll be another throw. Nicely walked, but that final pass just not working for them right now. At the back for East Bengal. Risky to dribble there. Somehow they managed to get away. But again, the pass forward not really working out for Garhwal Heroes. Garhwal United, I beg your pardon. Sati Devnath does well. A few of the East Bengal players warming up. We've seen some of the Garhwal United players warming up as well. So we might see changes now that we've gone towards the hour mark. A few tired legs also on display. Chance to play it, but you can see Sanfida's really annoyed with that pass which came through from Fragrancy. Picture. because they won the possession there. Only a throw though. Imagine what happens if they score a goal. But anyway, 15 minutes played in this second half. It's still 1-0 only to East Bengal, which gives Garhwal United a chance. And speaking of which, can they create something? That's a good turn. Chance to play it through. Really well done there by Chilki Devi. Getting there in time. Really good interception, because otherwise Sanfida was through. Good turn from Sulanjana, but she can't keep it in play. Awkward clearance there of Fazila, but she couldn't really latch on to that one. Nobody was behind her. Nicely done. Really good turn. But then again, running into traffic there. Asta Morao doing well. And now it opens up for East Bengal. Fazila is on side. Flag stays down. Soumya's also with her. Fazila gets stopped by Linda Chan, who's having a superb game. Not easy to keep the likes of Fazila quiet. 24 goals in the IWL last season. That is insane numbers from her. So a change on the cards. Shruti Kumari comes on for Garhwal United. Ashrata Devi will come across to take this corner. Good delivery, chance falls through, and what a finish! That is wonderful from Fazila. You can't keep her quiet. And the toughest chance of the lot, she slots in. And it's 2 goals for East Bengal. And the torchbearers once again find themselves in a dominating position. Celebrations come out. Fazila. It's her first of the IWL season. And many more to come in 25-26 for her. Asharata with the ball in. It was actually headed by an East Bengal player. And that is basically Soumya's header, who's found the way towards Fazila. What a finish. Outside of the right boot, just about squeezing it through. Rivansi, who was going towards the left but couldn't get there in time. Fazila Ikwaput does what she does best, puts the ball in the back of the net. And I said before halftime, don't write her off. She is surely going to get a goal, because it's not often that she misses so many. Another ball over the top, nicely headed away. So East Bengal looking to make it back-to-back championships in the IWL. We've seen it before with Gokulam Kerala winning in the 2019-20, then the 21-22, and then the 22-23 seasons. Of course, because of the pandemic, we didn't have that 2021 season. Back East Bengal to defend their title the way they are playing. Of course, a long way to go, as I said. Here they come again. That is brilliant pace down the right-hand side. Good challenge. Asking for a penalty. That's not going to happen. The burst of pace for the East Bengal players is something else, but the way The Garhwal United players have managed to keep them in check even when they've gone past them. Asharata with that good delivery headed away. Chance to shoot here. In fact, touch is taken. Soumya could have shot it first time. I think she knows it as well. Now that they've got a bit of breathing room, East Bengal, they'll maybe make a few changes. Of course, they'll go for that third goal. Already a big scoreline today. Nita FA beating Kickstart by 5 goals to 0. You also see Nita FA scoring 6 against Sessa, so they are in good form. Vivansi does well again to claim. Need to be careful not to lose possession here. Astam does well to win it. Now she turns. Good challenge again. Fragrancy comes back and wins the ball well. There was a chance there to turn. That's a good run through. Chance to play it down the right hand side. Not taken early enough, and sometimes the passes need to be a little quicker from Garhwal United. No chance again given by the East Bengal defense. The ball over the top doesn't work. So after this we do go into round 4 action, where here at Kalyani Stadium, Sribhumi take on Sethu and then Garhwal take on Nita FA. That'll be a good game as well. Nita FA in really good form. Brilliantly won there by Opoku, and now she plays it through. Fazila latches onto it. Fazila takes a shot. What a save! That is a super stop from Rivansi. She is in incredible form. And what an acrobatic attempt there by Fazila. Defender should have done better, of course. Then she tries to dink it over the keeper. Rivansi Jamu with a cracking stop. That was destined for goal. Time for a couple of changes. I think they'll wait until the corner is taken. Another corner. Again from Asharata Devi. This time green shirts win the header. Chance to shoot maybe if it comes down nicely for ST. Didn't. Fazila, nice attempted back heel. Doesn't work this time though. But the idea was good. And this is a good pass towards the right hand side. A chance now for Garhwal United. They can keep going. Here's a chance to cross. This is their moment. Good touch from the keeper. Chance to shoot again. Nice block. Alert stuff there again from Panthoy Chanu. When they're saying to clear, you can hear the shouts, but that was a really good move. Shruti Kumari doing a fantastic job to open things out there on the right hand side, but I don't think anybody else ran along with her. She's got to play that pass there. She doesn't, goes for a tougher ball. But the pass to Joyce Larby was always better. Oh, that's a poor piece of work there from Opoku. Very lucky that Kim Kipjen couldn't get that final touch and take a shot away. As I said, you don't want to be dribbling in your own half, especially in your own penalty area. Still waiting for a change. There is Bengal. When the ball goes out of play, they will. ST plays it back to Soumya. ST again. Soumya makes the run, but that's a good interception. ST just wrestles away and wins the ball back. Good work again from Sarita. Bit of afters as well, which I don't think the referee saw, but we did. Comfortable stuff though from East Bengal. Sometimes too comfortable because there you go, a bit of a missed pass, and also Opoku made a bit of a mistake before this. Well, they'll move on from it. So as I was saying, East Bengal playing Sesa Football Academy in the next game on Tuesday at the Kalyani Stadium as well. Gokulam Kaila play kickstart, so all the action thick and fast. They're playing today on a Saturday, then again on a Tuesday, then again the next Friday, 2nd of Jan. So lots of action coming your way. So Ashalata Devi will make way for Priyanka Devi. And Asta Morao will make way for the likes of Shushmita Lepcha, who's another talented player. So just getting a bit of a break here, Ashalata Devi and Asta Morao. But I said it's such a strong squad. We've got solid players to replace. Nice throw, chance to cross, decent delivery, nobody at the second post though. Played back into the danger area, and here's the goal for Garhwal United. An awkward one for Panthoi Chanu, but they have come back here. They've pulled one back, and now is the proper chance to get back and get something out of this game. It was an awkward one. Not sure it was a shot intended, but they have brought one back here. Initial ball too far away from the keeper to claim, and just putting it back into the danger area over Chanu's head. And it looks like it was Monisha Singha who's just come on. Yes, it is Monisha Singha who has just been put onto the pitch, and what an immediate turn of events there. Talk about an impact player. There you go. And she's been brought on. Does the job for her side, but of course only halfway through. East Bengal concede their first goal of the season in the IWL. Last season conceded 10 of 14 games, not too many. It could have been dealt with. Panthoi Chanu will be thinking he could have got a slightly higher jump and put it over the top of the crossbar, but easier said than done, of course. As I said, it was looking a little bit comfortable, but then it can all change. It is football. Wow, that's a nice back heel. Doesn't fall to a teammate though. Asking for a foul there. The entire bench knows as a ref, and they are quite annoyed with that decision. Can't be complacent in the IWL, that's for sure. Nicely taken there by Fazila, plays it through into the space. Linda's there. A double team which really helps, but then another shot comes in, not the best. And that takes us back to that save that Ribansi made. Could have been 3-0 if Fazila's shot went over her hands. Just kept her side with a chance. And kept them alive in this game. Resti does so well, gets past a couple of players. Keeps going. Sanfrida did enough to just keep at it with her and didn't allow her to get past. Nice touch there from Shushmita. Her first involvement. Decent ball there from Priyanka. So as Asharata and Astamora went off, the goal was conceded. Not much the defense could do about it, to be honest, but still, they'll be disappointed about that. The East Bengal side want to close out the game, and as things stand, it's 2-1. Far from home here. 15 minutes to go. Anything can happen. Just keeping possession so that Garhwal United don't get any sort of momentum. After scoring that goal, they haven't had the ball as such. Now they do. Now can they use it? Esther plays it through. Nothing coming off that. Here's Nongram. Shruti. The subs have been really good. Shruti is one of them. Looking for a nutmeg pass there. Not the best of options. But the physicality there from Resti makes the most of that situation and gets the ball back. Here she is again. Awkward one. Linda doesn't clear it too well, but the final touch comes off Soumya. Maybe a little tired. Maybe this is the time where they've got to bring on an attacking substitute to East Bengal, and she always plays with a smile on her face, yeah, Ribansi, which is really great to see. You've got to enjoy your sport. Yes, you play it for a living, play it professionally, but it's the game we love. That's why we do this. Decent ball in, easy for Pantha Chanu this time. But doesn't rest on her laurels, wants to play that attacking pass forward. Got to be careful. Kipchen was lurking. Bit of extra pressure there. Garhwal United have a chance now. It's all about hanging in. Rongram. Moving the ball a little bit more confidently now, Garhwal United. Well, that's going to be a foul, I think. Monisha Singha scoring the first goal in this game for Garhwal United. An important one to keep them in it, give them a bit of hope. That's nicely done by Soumya. Good attempt towards Sulanjana, trying to repeat what took place to score the first goal. Cutting inside and playing it very good with both feet. That's what is so impressive about Soumya. That's why she can play on either side as well. Played backwards, awkward one. Pantha Chanu just about keeps her cool, which as I said is a strength of hers. Crossfield ball, that's a really good delivery. Here's a chance. But Rivansi gets there before Sulanjana or Fazila. This is going to be an interesting 11 minutes plus added time. Especially if Garhwal United have a chance or two. That energy is just lacking a bit here from East Bengal. They need to find that rhythm again. Here is Soumya. Plays the ball through. Sulanjana should keep it in. No, she won't. And she's annoyed with that pass. Soumya had a lot of time actually to pick out Sulanjana or Fazila. Can they somehow manage to get another chance here, Garhwal United? East Bengal won't want to take that chance because they want to finish the game before that. Another headed clearance. Not the best of passes though. You can see they're quite tired now. Ernestina, the Ghanaian, doing well, but then the pass not working out. Here's Silky. One step over, plays it left towards Rashmita. Good delivery. Awkward. And that would have been a majestic own goal. Going for that clearance the other way. And somehow almost finding her own net there, Reba. And of course, alert stuff from Ribansi, who has been so impressive in this matchup. And to be honest, wherever I've called her games or seen her play, she has lit up the matches and she's been in at a very young age, as I said. Prospect for the future. Here's Resti, does that well. Priyanka, who's been brought on to play a bit of a midfield role here. Plays it wide to Soumya. Continues her run. Resti will get the ball back now. Poor touch from her. Loses possession, then wins it back though. And then the pass is not the best, but somehow the ball is like a magnet. It's coming back towards her. Again cleared away by Linda. Need a bit of luck here, Garhwal United. Those 50-50 balls just not falling to them. Sometimes you do need that luck. Long ball played. It will fall now. Chance to cross. Oh, that's a poor cross. It has been overhit. Third time in a row now from Soumya. Just trying to hit it too hard by the looks of it. And here we go. Soumya, that will be her final touch. She will be taken off. Sangeeta Basfor will come on. And so will Jyoti Chauhan. That's the end of the game for Sulanjana Rahul. So both the wingers being switched around. And so exciting to see Jyoti Chauhan back in. First Indian to score a hat-trick in European football for Dinamo Zagreb. The Croatian side lit up the IWL before going to Croatia with Gokulam Kerala. Now back in the IWL, which is really exciting. And think about the buckets of experience that she can bring to this team and help the younger players with the experiences that she's had, that she's learned in Europe. Nicely played here. Jyoti trying to get involved for the first time. And she will get the ball down the left hand side. Crosses it decently. Another player who can use both left and right feet. So I've also had the privilege to share the pitch with her in a friendly exhibition game a few years ago, and let me tell you, fast and fierce and direct and a really talented player. Of course, that's why she was playing European football. Time for another change now for Garhwal United. Kiara Plang will come on, and there is a bit of a head injury by the looks of it. Oh no, it's an ankle injury. Not sure where that happened, but either ways, Hopefully it's not too bad. So that will be the change now. So 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Hopefully not too much of bad news when it comes to that injury, but into the business end of this matchup. Match number 10 of the IWL, which is a really interesting, exciting league to watch. If you haven't, or if this is your first time, then you'll find that out as you watch the league. And of course, it's just good to have the National League back for Indian women's football. Hopefully, the same can happen for the men as well. Looking for that back heel there, doesn't really work out. And will be tidied up once again here by Opoku. East Bengal still looking for that third to consolidate the 3 points. Sangeeta can't play through. It's been so good. It's worked her way into the national side as well. And I called a couple of games for her there and she was really good. Bit of a foul there from Sangeeta herself. We haven't seen a card so far, which means it's been quite a clean game, to be honest. No clean sheets though. Not the best of touches, but I think the last touch came off an East Bengal player, so it will be a throw for Garhwal United. They need to start pushing now. Haven't seen too much of urgency from them since they've scored the goal. Looking for the direct ball, doesn't really work, but now the rebound falls and at least they're attempting shots from a distance. That's good to see. And Yara Plang doing exactly that. Just come in, and as a number 9, you want to get a shot towards goal. If you don't try, you'll never know. Awkward touch. And possession lost there by Shushmita Lepcha. Can they manage a bit of a surprise here? Taken down well. Put over the top. And she does really well to get to it. Does now Priyanka Devi. Chance to cross. Jyoti couldn't really time that header as well as she was wanting, but it does fall back to Priyanka. Sulanjana. Sorry, I beg your pardon, Sangeeta. She'll keep back towards Shushmita Lepcha, who's been good since coming on. And they're just keeping possession. They're not taking any risks so far, East Bengal. Of course, being IWL champions, they know exactly how to close out a game. And I said it's the 1-0s, the 2-1s. Those are the games that you really need to graft out. Here Shushmita plays it through. And the chance to finish off the game, it's just beyond Fazila. And also Priyanka, who was running onto it, hoping that she gets there before Ribansi, but she has been too good today. Whether it's claiming the ball, coming out, playing as a sweeper keeper, making the saves, on point today. And 4 minutes of added time, that's what we'll have. At the end of this one, that will be a bit of a clash, but no foul. That's a poor clearance, and now Garhwal United have a chance to try and get something towards the penalty area. That's a good ball. Here is the chance they were waiting for. Opportunity to cross, and it's gone over the top. Not taken properly this time by Shruti Kumari, who's been good down that right. I think that first time cross was a better option because once she allowed Sathi Devnath to come back and close her down, the chance to cross was gone. But good work there from Sathi Devnath. Awkward now, they're giving possession away again. Just clear the lines. I think that would be the best thing to do. Trying to play those intricate passes around the edge of your own box when you've got 3 minutes to play. That's not the best way to do it. It's a nervy way to do it, that's for sure. Long ball played. Good header away there by Ernestina. Put into space again. There's Jyoti showing her strength but couldn't find the pass towards Fazila. When they get going, they'll be a treat to watch together. Jyoti looks for the ball towards Fazila. Just not finding the flow right now. That's a towering header, brilliantly done by Opoku. Nesty, who has been so good today. Fazila made the run beyond, but Linda Chanu has had a number today for majority of the game. Hasn't had a score in open play. That goal came off a corner where she couldn't really get close towards her. But at the end of the day, even though Fazila wasn't able to score with all those easier chances that she had, it was the goal scorer's instinct that got her through. Loose ball, a deflection, rather a header from one of her own players, and a volley that she latched onto, and right now that is the winner. As things stand with around 90 seconds to go. This will be an important victory for East Bengal because, as I said, in the beginning of the league, that is where you just quietly pick up the points. 3 points, 3 points, 1-0, 2-1. And that's where you set up the foundation for a solid title charge. But not just yet. Because Garhwal United, they had a chance there, but they didn't play the ball well enough. Into the final minute we go. East Bengal, if they keep possession, they will be through with the 3 points. They don't keep the possession there though. That'll be a painful one to the head. Chance to shoot there from Jyoti. Just doesn't work out. The ref will just make sure. Shot to the head is never easy. And Linda was the one. Put herself in that danger. Time for a change, so Fazila will take a bit of a breather at the end of this one. And Rubina Khatun, who is also so talented in front of goal, will come on, but she won't get too many chances. Fazila Kaput, not the best of days, but still, even when she's not at her best, she's still the best. She scores 1 goal. That'll be a foul. And that should be the game as well. Garhwal United needed to win that possession and then move it forward. They weren't able to. No, so it's fallen to Shushmita Lepcha. Here's it was the right hand side. That's a good ball. Couldn't be headed into the correct avenue, but that will be the game. And the drums will be played aloud because East Bengal have won this one by 2 goals to 1. Only just about, but a reason to celebrate. A win either side of Christmas, which is always a time for celebration in Kolkata, and that's exactly what the East Bengal faithful will be doing as they prepare for one more game in what has been a splendid 2025 for them. Garhwal United, of course, themselves have had a phenomenal 2025, winning their local league, winning the futsal league, and now, of course, winning the IWL too. Now, just about giving East Bengal a really good fight. But Garhwal United get their first loss of the IWL. East Bengal win 2-2 in their campaign, and the defending champions are off to a good start because it's all about the results. And at the end of this one at Kalyani Stadium, it is East Bengal 2, Garhwal United 1. As we take a look at the highlights, third game of the season for Garhwal United, second of the season for East Bengal, coming on the back of a SAF championship victory. We got underway here at Kalyani Stadium. Soumya with the ball in. Her crossing was really good in the first half as compared to the second. That is Fazila with one shot over the top. Sulanjana with a burst of speed. Really good interception by Linda Chan, who had a fantastic game. Fazila with a shot over the top once again. Resti then got involved. Good delivery from her, but well taken by Rivansi, who was the star of the show for Garhwal United. That ball was across the face of goal. This ball from Soumya, absolutely delightful. Put into the path of Sulanjana Rao, who scores yet another for East Bengal. Soumya, who scored in the first game, turning provider. Actually, twice in this game eventually. Fazila with another shot, this time it really fizzled out. This is another great tackle from Linda Chano. Good save again by Rivansi. This one fell towards Sulanjana again. Another solid save down to her left, but close from Rivansi. Then Fazila really should have scored this one. Soumya with another good run down the right hand side. Not the best of clearances. And that was the first half. It was a 1-0 lead to East Bengal. Then Garhwal United came back, or at least tried to come back, had a couple of corners and free kicks, but the set pieces didn't work out as well as they would have liked. But then Soumya with the header towards Fazila, who eventually let her striker's instincts pay off. And she smashed that into the back of the net. It was 2-0 to East Bengal. Then Shruti with one ball in. It was dealt with by Chanu, only just about. Another ball from Shruti. And then probably her first touch of the game, it was Monisha Singha who dinked it over Chanu. Just kept the ball alive. Did enough. And got the first goal of the game for Garhwal United. Soumya with a couple of crosses which didn't really work out. Sushmita Lepcha played this ball through. Fazila couldn't get there. Didn't really have any chances after that. Shruti with one ball through. Fazila actually did have a good chance, which was saved by Rivansi. But that ends that. And always great to see the players greeting each other. The officials had a really good game too. Let's not forget that. Ranjita Devi and her team. And at full time at Kalyani Stadium, it's East Bengal 2, Garhwal United 1. That is all from us here. This is Liam signing off. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.